Alright, update on Axie Infinity. So, we're not looking too good right now. As you can see, at the time of recording this, we're down approximately 15% on the daily. We had a big rally along with the crypto and the stock markets yesterday, and today we completely rolled over and we've actually wiped out all of the gains that we made yesterday. You can see we've got a bearish engulfing candle stepping in right now, a ton of selling volume. Your oscillators, being your relative strength index and your money flow indicator, are heading down. RSI is heading down pretty strong. So what should we keep our eyes on now? Well, first of all, if you are watching my videos and you're wondering, why is Axie dropping, or more importantly, why is Bitcoin dropping, why is everything else dropping? Well, let me show you. Yesterday, I talked about this in pretty much all my videos. If you've watched my Axie videos, you know about this already, but we had the Fed meeting yesterday. We rallied into the Fed meeting on the news of the 50 basis point increase, the 50 basis point increase in the interest rates, which to you non-economists simply means a 0.5% increase in the interest rate. So we pumped on that news and we completely wiped out all our gains on Bitcoin the day later. We didn't get any continuation. There is a few reasons why. I mean, you could argue that we got rejected from your EMA ribbons. I would agree with that, but in my opinion, this was all because of the stock market. You can see the stock market rallied up to your EMA ribbons. If we come over to the 1 hourly time frame, this is when we started dropping. We started dropping a few hours ago, and it's because we have this gap in the stock market. This is when the stock market's obviously not trading. And then when the stock market opened, we had a huge plummet. We did not get any continuation coming into the stock market. We had a huge pump the day before. Like I said, no continuation was the nail in the coffin. We've pretty much set up something like a triple top right here. You can see you've got 1 top, 2 top, and we recently just came up for a 3rd top, and we are now heading down. So obviously this is not Axie Infinity, but I did just want to show you this is why Axie Infinity is moving. So it's very important that we not only look at Axie Infinity and what the price action is doing, but we also look at what's going on in the general markets. Because if we're just looking at Axie, you might see a bullish signal, but then if you fail to account what's going on in the stock market, you could get yourself wrecked very hard. And this is what we were talking about yesterday. If you did watch yesterday's video, and you did do what I did, which was sticking on the sidelines, then congratulations to you. Basically, we talked about the 4 hourly EMA ribbons. If you draw them, you can see the downtrend is perfectly defined by these EMA ribbons. Every time we come back into these EMA ribbons, we get rejected and we literally make new lows. The second we get rejected, you can see rejected, new lows. Come up, rejected, new lows. Come up, rejected, new lows. Come up, rejected. We actually made a higher low in this instance, but then we came up to the top of your EMA ribbons, and this is when we said yesterday, the very important thing which Axie needs to do before we can get bullish, before we should buy. Because I tell you in all my videos, I do not think it is the most sensible situation to DCA altcoins. I say that all the time. I only think it makes sense DCAing Bitcoin, and I've got a different perspective than a lot of other traders, but this is my channel, this is how I like to trade. I don't like to DCA altcoins, and in my opinion there is no point in DCAing altcoins until you do see a breakout. Let me show you why. You could have assumed the exact bottom, or let me rephrase that. You could have bought the exact bottom of all of these dips. I'm talking the exact bottom of all of these dips, and you'd still be in the water because we're in a downtrend. So I don't think trying to assume that you know better than the market and assuming that you know where the bottom is a good idea. I never think that's a good idea. No one knows where the bottom is. We're all just traders looking at different scenarios, trying to pick out data, extrapolate previous data points, look at chart patterns, look at probabilities, and say from a probability perspective, what is the likelihood of breaking bullish? And from a probability perspective, you need to break above your EMA ribbons before we get bullish. I mean, obviously, before you can break bullish, you've got to break above this downtrending resistance. You can't just trend sideways forever or trend down and call it bullish. No, you've got to flip your EMA ribbons, which we're getting stuck underneath. And that is exactly what we said yesterday. So congratulations to all of you who are sitting on the sidelines with me. A lot of people were running in and FOMOing in. I had a lot of people messaging me saying, what should I do? Because I bought Axie as it was breaking out, and I said this in my video. I really highlighted that What we need is continuation. I said in yesterday's video I would be sitting on the sidelines for another 24 hours after the Fed meeting to let the dust settle, to see if we can get continuation, because there's no point in having a single day pump up to resistance if you're not going to get continuation. Bitcoin got rejected very, very harshly. It's all good and well talking about where Axie could come down to, but the point of the matter is I would be looking at Bitcoin as a leading indicator of what Axie is going to do, because if we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's in an ascending channel, or it has broken down today. If Bitcoin closes a daily candle below 37,600, then we will have broken out of this trend, and in my opinion we will be coming down to 33,000. What does that mean for Axie Infinity? Well, it could mean that we could be coming down to our next point of interest, and I really don't see any support coming in for Axie Infinity until we get down to $15. And this is why I always say it is no good. I mean, it depends what your trading strategy is. I mean, if you were new to the crypto markets and you had no idea how to trade, you don't know how to read indicators, first of all, I wouldn't recommend that you trade at all if you do that, but DCAing when you don't understand technical analysis makes sense. If you're a seasoned veteran and you understand technical analysis, then why don't you just identify what characterizes the downtrend and wait until it's broken? And we talked about this in yesterday's video. We said, you know, the most recent local bottom was down here at $39, and we said if we break out bullish today, if we flip it tomorrow and we break above, this is why we've got the red line, this is where we needed to break to get bullish. We needed to hypothetically break the previous top before we retested. Then you could buy it, you know, hypothetically $36, and you could buy a breakout, and you could know that the trend is about to shift into a bullish stance, and you've got a long period of time until it's going to flip back bearish, because you can see the market moves in waves. It characterizes it by the squeeze mob. You can see we move in bearish waves, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. And if you look at what's going on the momentum indicators, we are heading into a bearish wave. There is a ton, and I'm talking a plethora of volume to support this downtrend that is going on Axie right now. So once again, a lot of people are going to be looking at this. A lot of people are going to be asking, you know, when should I DCA? If we come down to $20, should I DCA? If we come down to this next level at $15, should I DCA? My answer is, obviously, I don't give financial advice. You do whatever you want with your money. This is my trading plan. This is how I view the markets. I would not be looking to buy until we have a confirmed breakout of your EMA ribbons. Whenever that is, it is literally that simple. We could come down all the way down here. And hypothetically, if we came down like this, if we did flip and break bullish, you know, the next time we might buy a breakout trade could be the next breakout of $27. And then, you know, you're going to be saving a lot of money. I think the point of the matter is, the longer you wait and watch the trend go bearish, then the cheaper the price gets, obviously, but you can capitalize the second, I'm talking about the second the trend flips bullish. We have not got any indicators that the trend is flipping bullish. In fact, we have indicators that the bearish momentum is starting to increase. You can see on the daily squeeze one, this is a very important macro indicator. We just started to reset bearish momentum. We started to accumulate it. We reset a tiny bit, and now we're accumulating again. So I do think a bearish wave is coming in for Axie Infinity. If I'm wrong, here's the beauty of it. Let's just say we have a parabolic run tomorrow and we break out. This is where I buy the breakout target of $32. Do you see the beauty in that? Because yesterday when I was talking about this, we were saying, okay, if we do break out, then you'd be buying the breakout at $36. Now the breakout is $32. If we keep on heading down in a downtrend, tomorrow you might be buying a breakout at $28. If this keeps breaking down over the next week, you might be buying the breakout at $20. The point is, trying to assume you know where the bottom of the market is, in my opinion, is a terrible idea. I would only recommend DCAing into Bitcoin. Obviously, I don't give financial advice. This is what I do in the market. I DCA whenever Bitcoin goes down. And the reason for that is I believe Bitcoin is going to be around in the next 10 years. So it doesn't matter too much what price you get it at, as long as you're buying for a discount. Can you honestly say Axie Infinity is going to be around the next 10 years? I can honestly say I would be very, very surprised if it was around in 10 years. So I would not be looking to DCA, I'd be looking to make this as a short-term trade. I'd be looking to buy the next breakout whenever that happens. If it happens tomorrow, so be it. If it happens in a month's time when we're at $20, so be it. That is all I've got for Axie. As always, the trend is your friend until the end. Don't try and fight the trend. We're clearly in a downtrend. That's all I've got for you. I will update you when we do flip bullish. Until then, that's all I've got. So I'm going to go cover SLP now. If you're looking for someone to cover both Axie and SLP, check out my channel. I do provide both. That's all I've got for you today. As always, cowboy out, not financial advice. Peace.